Kia ora, everyone, and welcome to this amazing episode of A Voice of a Starweaver. We have my dear fellow Kiwi, Christina Longley. Welcome.
Hi, nice to be here.
Mm. Christina guides individuals and couples into deeper connection with their bodies, their emotions, and their purpose. Through human design, the gene keys, hypnosis, acutonics, and relational facilitation, she creates a space where people can soften old patterns and rediscover their natural rhythm. She is a splenic projector whose own healing journey from chronic illness to vitality has given her a profound understanding of what it means to come home to oneself. Christina's work focuses on restoring what she calls fundamental well-being, encompassing physical vitality, emotional clarity, relational presence, and inner peace. She believes we are here to remember who we truly are. Yes.
Yeah,
Concur.
thank you. Yeah.
And so the title for this amazing, beautiful talk today is Healing by Design, Remembering Your Natural Rhythm. And just to get us started, I know, Christina, you have a beautiful little contemplation to bring us home to our bodies.
Yeah. So, coming home to your body. So if we can just take a slow breath in through your nose and let the exhale soften through your mouth. Feel your body resting in the place that you are, supported, whole, alive. Let your breath move like the tide, effortless and real. Now sense the stillness beneath the thought, the quiet hum that always waits beneath awareness. This is your inner rhythm. It speaks through instinct, through pulse, and through presence. Each inhale is a remembrance. Each exhale is a release. Now you belong to this rhythm. You belong to the living field that breathes through all things. Everything you need to know lives here, already moving within you. Feel how life itself is breathing you. You are home, home in your body. Okay, now just open your eyes if you have them closed or just, yeah.
That was so beautiful, Christina, and that hum, and just reminded me of a dear friend of mine, Taria Ward, and she speaks about the space between heartbeats. And that's really, really the sensation that I was feeling, that sacred pause, which is stillness.
Yeah, yeah. Stillness is my pearl, so it's something that I like to practice. I also meditate regularly, so it's something that coming back to my body is something that is been my biggest learning and growth.
Well, I know we're going to come to the gene keys soon, and you'll be able to tell our audience if they don't know what the pearl is. But first of all, let's get into your journey. You mentioned you've healed from a chronic illness, and now, I can see you and there's a vital radiance. How has your personal healing opened into a way of serving the collective?
Well, illness brought me to like face to face with constriction, both in my body and my sense of self. I felt like I had this tightness of holding on, and like the way the ego sort of grips pains to feel safe. I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia years ago. My healing began when I allowed the grip to loosen. And as my body softened, energy began to move again, and acceptance within my body started to flow in. And this particular experience became my teacher, showing me that when one of us releases the need to control, we create space for every one of us to breathe a little deeper. Healing became like a collective unfolding for me through just being present with the pain that I had.
That's so beautiful, because I see the collective could be like this tightly coiled spring, but then as each of us on this spring slowly lessen that constriction, it allows like the lungs of our Mama Earth breathe as well, just like how you brought us into that breath at the start.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. It's with that allowance of actually what's going on and coming back into your body that gives you the opportunity to be present with it, and then it allows us to actually let go.
Beautiful. And so you describe your work as healing by design. Yeah, how can understanding our design support not only your own well-being, but also the growth of our families, relationships, and communities?
Well, our design is our natural rhythm. It's the way the energy wants to move through us. It's our energetic imprint. And we all have just like our fingertips, we all have our own unique imprint. There's not one that is the same. And when we honor our own internal rhythm, life feels more fluid and our relationships become more expressions of grace. As a projector, I sense the undercurrents to people, the quiet signals before the words, the truth beyond the posture. When I hold that awareness gently, others begin to feel seen and safe, and families and couples and communities all find a greater ease. When each person is free to live their own flow, their own design. Harmony arises when we stop resisting who we truly are.
That's so such a beautiful connection of our fingerprints and our design. It's like no one else can unlock the door to our destiny, because no one else has the same fingerprint as us.
100%. Yeah. It's the science of differentiation. We are all individually different.
And exquisitely unique.
Yeah. And that's that authenticity that we come back to. And when we're being our authentic, unique design, then everything starts to unravel and change.
And so I know you've spoken about being a projector, which is human design, and you spoke about the pearl, which is the gene keys. Just before
Yeah.
we get to the next question, just for if our audience does not have any idea what a projector or a pearl or human design of gene keys is, do you just have a little bracket that you can wrap them up
Well,
in?
human design is your unique map. It's your the neutrinos which imprint into you when you are actually born. So that's what human design is. You get your own unique fingerprint. You also get your own unique map. And the gene keys itself is, I would call the human design a more of a masculine. It's very masculine energy. And then the gene keys is more of a feminine, poetic energy. It incorporates similar things, but it incorporates more of a contemplative way of looking at, like, yeah, that's how I see it.
Beautiful explanations. And so The gene keys in human design carry a transmission for these times. In what ways do you feel this wisdom helps us to grow together beyond the personal?
And these teachers remind me that every contraction holds the seed of connection. And discomfort in the body or an emotion is never a punishment. It's a signal calling us home or me home. When we listen through our body, we feel the unity beneath the difference. And the gene keys show that each shadow carries its own light. And as we open to it, our awareness ripples through the collective and we begin to live as one organism, many voices, one breath, and one shared remembering.
That's so beautiful and just ties back to what you said about the human design as a map and then the gene keys as a poetic manifestation of this map of how we can take collective metaphors and write our own new myths and all of that. So yeah, just beautiful, beautiful, Christina. And so you often speak about fundamental well-being. How can reconnecting with our natural rhythm ripple out to create more harmony in the world around us?
Well, the body always reveals the truth. A quiet steadiness rises when instinct leads the way. And we talked about human design. I'm a splenic projector. And so that awareness to me feels like an inner pulse that speaks before language. It's a subtle clarity that guides without effort. And when I follow that instinct, my presence relaxes those around me. This is how coherence spreads, not by teaching or convincing, but by being attuned. Harmony grows through resonance, and each person who lives from their natural rhythm becomes an anchor of peace for others. Mm.
Yeah, I love this. And again, coming back to the individual fingerprints. So you're a splenic projector. Yeah, I'm a generator,
Mm.
and which is a very different energy. And we're here to generators are here to build right. And we
Mm.
have this we have this untapped resource of creativity and stamina, but to following things that light us up and not just doing things for the sake of them because we can. And this is why I love interviewing people because I get to respond. I get to respond. And this is what lights a generator up, responding to people, responding to the universe, responding to life, because this is inspirational, this sparks something in us. So I
Mm.
love that we get to talk about people as different and especially same for our children, for our families, like you mentioned before.
Yeah, we're all uniquely different. I know I'm a splenic projector, so I don't have that natural drive. I have an openness in my system. I have some definition, but I don't have that sacral. The way that I actually interact in the world is through others and guiding others to see something they can't see themselves because my body naturally feels it. I've had lots of incidences where I've sense someone who has, not told me with words, but sense that they had something going on in their body, and was able to actually say, "Have you ever thought of this?" And then they're like, "Oh, actually, I've just gone and seen the doctor about that." So yeah, it's just this awareness that my body has, and being a splenic is all about health. So that's why I'm in the area of relationships and healthy relationships, and healthy bodies, which is our relationship to our body.
And just going back to how the gene keys really works with the shadow, and we find the light in the shadow, it's through your own lived experience and journey that you've been able to find turn your wounds into your greatest gifts for others. So this human experience can be hard, can be very hard and challenging, but just knowing that we're here and the universe has our back, that we encoded in our DNA is this path to be able to alchemize and to know that there's other people out there who have been on the same journey, who have
Mhm.
walked similar paths, and now they're
Mhm.
here to support you. That's a big key message of a voice of a Starweaver, is to let people know they're not alone. There's people
Mhm.
here who can
Yeah,
hold you, who can
yeah.
support you,
Mhm.
can inspire you. And that comes to my next question is, for our beautiful audience, if you could offer one seed of remembrance to everyone listening, something that could serve both their personal journey and our shared evolution, what would that be?
Softening is strength. That is the number one thing. When you allow what feels tight, like constriction, that you may feel, that the breath will help to actually soften it. And then life begins to move through you again. Like your body is like the bridge between self and spirit. That's how I see it. Every instinct, every emotion, every sensation is love in motion, guiding, awakening, revealing. Acceptance is what transforms constriction into connection. And when the ego relaxes, the heart opens. And in that openness, universal love becomes tangible, a rhythm shared by all of life.
And just taking that in with a beautiful breath into the body and just receiving that. Yeah, that's beautiful. And so I know you have not one, but three gifts for our audience, because variety is a spice of life. So could you please just tell our audience a little bit about these gifts and where they can find them?
Okay, so for a gift, I found it quite hard to find one because I think it's about choice, and we are all uniquely ourselves. So I have three offerings. One's a 15-minute complimentary session with me. The other is the Heal Design quiz, where you can discover your unique rhythm. And then I also have a downloadable Mind Body Connection ebook that you can download. And you can take all three if you wish to. They're all on my website. It's an invitation to explore the intelligence of your body and the peace that comes from remembering its own rhythm.
Just perfection. I'm going to try all three. Thank you. And I know we can find them on your, what's your website?
Christina Longley.
Yeah,
It's my name, yeah. So ChristinaLongley.com. Yeah.
perfect. And I will link that with the show notes. It'll be on the Voice of a Starweaver homepage, where you can find more about Christina, as well as all of the other amazing interviewees and speakers. And so just to close off our container, do you have a poem for us, Chris?
So it's called Remembering.
Mm.
Okay. I once wandered far from my body, forgetting the language it spoke. I searched for light in distant places, while the flame waited quietly within. Pain arrived as a patient guide, teaching me to listen with my skin. Each breath opened another door. Each heartbeat offered a map home. The body spoke in rhythms and warmth, a steady pulse of knowing. It said, "You are whole already, your life unfolding." Healing became remembrance, a river finding its course again, an ember awakening into fire. Now I walk with softness, carrying what once felt heavy as gold in my hands. When I meet another who is learning to listen, I see the same light stirring beneath their quiet surface. Every body remembers, every soul hums its song. Grace rises in each inhale, and love speaks through every exhale.